Hello YouTube, Slate Warrior here with another YouTube video. Now today is going to be my second round thoughts and opinions and discussion of the next YuGiTuber competition. I'm going to be discussing all 16 entries because this was the top 16 round. I just want to quickly shout out two YuGiTubers. I'll have their links in the description. The first YuGiTuber that was in the competition that unfortunately did not make it to the second round, YGOProggy, and I just want to shout them out quickly because they sent me this Mosaic Rare Slate Warrior card. I just want to thank them for that. Of course, my channel is Slate Warrior. I am Slate Warrior, more or less. So this Mosaic Rare Slate Warrior is going to be a card that I appreciate a lot. So thank you to YGOProggy. I would like to shout out Oblivion Duelist X. Now he asked me for the shout out. He has a channel which he does mostly duel videos and he talks over them. And you should definitely go check him out. Like I said, I'll link both of those channels in the description. I subscribe to both of those channels and I love the content that they produce. So YGOProggy makes great discussions. He does like a series going over like the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh, and Oblivion Duelist X does some really cool duel commentaries. Before you watch this video, like, you should pause it right now and go subscribe to both of their channels. This video, like the first video that I did, will include a spoiler of the places the contestants got in the second round of the competition at the end of the video. It'll have how many likes they got and what their video was about with their name in order. I guess it's like a cycle of 2 weeks because they have a week to make it and then a week for it to get voted on. So this cycle, I guess I'll call it, I had a more accurate count of the likes on each video because I checked them, you know, a week after they were up, not just all on the same day. Underworld does check them like on the same day that I checked them this week, but at different times. So the results turned out, I don't think any one place, like any one 1st through 16th place is going to be affected that much. The top 8 definitely won't be affected because the difference between 8th and 9th was a lot. But yeah, there will be that spoiler at the end. Again, if Underworld has a problem with that, then, you know, as I said in the last one, that's on him. He can come talk to me if he thinks that this is inappropriate. But I mean, like I said in the last video, the information is out there for everyone to look at, and I figured that I might as well use that to support my analyses of each contestant's submission, which should start now. The first contestant that I'd like to talk about is probably the most controversial entry of the competition so far this year. I don't understand what happened. Ryan Nisker did a video, and he took a risk. That's how a lot of people are looking at it. A lot of people said that, like Nim I know he commented about how, you know, I think he said something to the effect of "you done goofed," like he blew it. He did a video where he said, like, the other contestants and like why you should watch their videos, and it was like 10 minutes of silence. It was bad and it was effortless. And nothing against Ryan's channel because the videos that he normally makes on his channel aren't effortless at all. But compared to the other second round competitors, the effort that he gave was minimal. And whether or not that was his intention to just, you know, throw away the round and see if he can get by with like a little corny joke, the video that he made was far inferior to those that other made. Like the Hacks Factory, like Team of Prophecy, put tons of work into their videos, and you could tell. Dual Rock 88, top quality videos that took, you know, lots of hard work, not just leaving a camera up in front of his bed for 10 minutes. Now, I know that he's made, you know, multiple statements stating that he personally thought that it was hilarious. Those of us that disliked it may not have only disliked it because we thought that it wasn't funny, but just for the fact that it seemed like he was just dogging it for a round. Like, he thought, oh, he was, you know, I know it was a joke, saying that the other contestants were nothing. Like, I get that that was a joke, but the way that he handled himself made him seem like a douche. And he said in the comments, you know, that he's not really that cocky. Like, that's not his personality. The majority of us, the large, overwhelming majority of us, don't know you personally, Ryan. So, making a video for the second round, this is probably only the second video that a lot of people have seen from you, and, like, giving off that impression is really, really bad. So Ryan, he acknowledged his mistake, and some other people that, you know, are his, you know, internet friends or his actual friends posted it on Facebook and promoted it, and basically it went from being a video that had 10 times as many dislikes to likes to being one of the most liked videos in the round because some people were just asking for them to like it purely because Ryan needed a second chance. I gotta stop doing the air quotes thing, it's corny, but since they thought that he could have more potential than that for the third round, they thought that it was appropriate to give him like I said, a second chance. And I personally believe that the fact that that can happen in a competition like this shows the flaws that the competition has in the way that people move on. I don't think that Ryan should have been awarded another round, because I think that the way he got there was through exposing the loopholes in the voting system. And this is nothing against Ryan, but if I was choosing who moved on to the next round, he would be so far down on my list. Like, I mean, yeah, compared to the other contestants, he'd be last. It was the worst video. He saw my last video, and I'm sure he'll leave a comment on this one too, but that was the worst video in the competition this round, and last round too. It was worse than all of those, just because of the way that you portrayed yourself as a YugiTuber, and that's what we want to do in this competition, or that's what you guys want to do in this competition, is make you guys seem like the best YugiTuber that you can possibly be, and that is not something that you did this round, Ryan. I'm trying to keep this in sort of a random order, because last week I did them in like an order from the bottom to the top, but since I'm talking about every YugiTuber this week, I don't want to, you know, spoil the order that they got. But I'm going to be talking about YuGioh or Pointy Star. I decided to do parodies of the other YugiTubers in the competition and their video styles. His video was probably what I would consider the most underrated of all of the videos. It got a very, you know, low amount of likes compared to what I thought, because I laughed. As a character trait of mine, I laugh a lot. And, you know, this week I didn't laugh that much, and his video was one that had me laughing, you know, consistently throughout every single skit, and he had multiple of them. He compared himself to Nim Nim, which a lot of people thought was kind of odd, and I mean, I don't subscribe to him, so I guess I can't really say one way or the other, but it's not really the first comparison that I'd make. He also talked about other YouTubers and how they acted in his eyes, and I think he hit a lot of the personas that those YouTubers portray to a T. I think TheRJBO, We Are Yugioh, I think that he met all of these guys pretty perfectly. I didn't exactly understand the skit at the end though with Dev Pro. Somebody should probably explain that to me. He had like a whole bunch of normal monsters, he couldn't do anything, and he compared that to every other contestant. I liked his video. It didn't get as many likes as I'd hoped, because I wanted to see him in the next round, and unfortunately he won't. He only got 98 likes after the week that he was allotted. But I'm definitely going to be considering subscribing to his channel now. The next person that I'm going to talk about is Cimooooogoo with 8 O's. He did a single Vine, and the first thing that I want to state is that I know in Ryan's thing I talked about effort, and I'd just like to say that despite me appreciating the effort that some people put forth into this round, I think that the appropriate amount of effort was exceeded by those people. I think that this Vine, it was a single Vine, I think that that was fine. I think that this is an okay amount of effort. He edited it. It's not like it was just one single take. He wasn't just talking. He used a clip from the internet, I suppose. It was Noble Knight players, when they saw the Roto reaction to it. It was funny. I laughed. I definitely laughed, and this is another person that I really wasn't impressed with in the first round. They made a video this round that was short and quick. It was a Vine. It was a single Vine. It was a true Vine. It wasn't a compilation. This is sort of the route that the other people in the competition should have taken for the comedy sort of thing, especially the ones that didn't do very well. A single Vine is fine. A single Vine is something that you know, people enjoy. For those of you that aren't like a strength in comedy, this, you know, just one solitary Vine video did fine for me, and I liked it, and he'll be moving on to reward him for that effort, or lack thereof, but it's an okay lack thereof. The next person that I'm going to be talking about is YuGiOhPlanet, who did a pack opening that was supposed to be funny, I guess. A lot of people didn't even know that it was for the next great YouTuber. In the comments, they would just say, you know, oh, I wasn't expecting to see YuGiOhPlanet on Underworld's channel, and then like somebody asked, is this for the next great YouTuber? And he said, yeah. It wasn't really a video that, again, had very much effort put into it. It was just a regular pack opening that with some dry humor thrown in there, and he kind of underachieved for me. He doesn't make very many videos on his own channel. I do subscribe to him because the few videos that I have seen I've liked. Personally, I think that YuGiOhPlanet should have done more, and maybe he's busy. I don't know if this competition is of very much importance to him, but it's clearly of very much importance to me since I'm making a video discussing every round, and I think that like Ryan, he didn't put enough effort into it, and unlike Ryan, he wasn't rewarded for it, and he won't be moving on. I think I have to stop like saying who is and is not going to be moving on in their individual segments, because I kind of want to keep that as like a spoiler at the end. I think he knew when submitting that video that he wasn't going to be moving on. I don't think he cares, honestly, and that's okay with him. I realize that some people have, you know, priorities, and that might not be his. I don't think this video can be judged by me as the other ones are judged, because I don't think that he cared as much, which is, again, fine. I have to stop saying fine. I need to stop pointing out my lingual quirks, but yeah. So next I'm going to be talking about a YugiTuber that made a video that in the first round was one of my favorites. That is SwerveKnights. SwerveKnights made this time a skit, or 3. But first I'd like to talk about his intro. His intro is on his channel as well as in the competition, and it just has some really cool music in this like sword I don't know, but I really like it, and him and P-Bunny actually have some of my favorite intros. I know my personal channel doesn't have an intro. I'm not going to make one for reasons discussed in past videos, but those intros are top quality intros, and they should definitely keep them, and I just want to say that I like them. To begin with the analysis, the first skit was he was like dressed up as a girl talking to a guy that was out playing Yu-Gi-Oh with his friend, and she thought that that was bad. I thought it was hilarious. And she used the children's card game cliche that everybody uses when referring to Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought it was, you know, paced, you know, well enough. The cuts were not bad, but I mean, it was definitely good for like a skit on the competition on the channel. My favorite part was when she said, or he said, this is Oizi's character. See him? It was so good that I'm forgetting that he's a guy. He said that she can only have the dick on Thursday, and his buddies get it for the whole weekend. I was breaking out in laughter. So, you know, definitely I was talking about how some of the videos weren't that funny, and this is one that that skit at least I thought was hilarious. Then the second skit was trading on the streets, and it had the whole feeling that it was like a drug deal going on, and that was supposed to be what he was comparing it to, and it was in New York, which is where apparently he grew up. It had the little Law and Order thing at the beginning, which I thought was a brilliant addition. That had captions, which I thought were good, because there probably wasn't a microphone. It was just on whatever the microphone was on the camera they were using to record. So the fact that they used captions was positive. I thought the voice of the snitch that, again, he was playing was funny. The glasses were kind of cool, you know, with the tape around the middle. And then they were talking about how the foreign cards were some overseas shit, kind of like going with the drug thing again. And they were negotiating the price, and he said, oh, I'm the same guy that you shared Lunchables with when you were little. I thought that was funny. And then the third skit, much like the second one, was not recorded very well in terms of sound. This time, SwerveKnights decided not to put captions on it, and I think that was a problem, because the first half of this segment of the video I had trouble understanding what they were saying, and it was echoey, that's for sure. Like I'm talking about, the mic quality was not that high. But the point of this section of the video was to kind of drive home the little joke that we have with Dark Magician Girl and the way she looks, and how that turns Yu-Gi-Oh players on because we're losers. Also, when he said tear it up like there's no tomorrow, I was rolling on the floor. That was hilarious. The jokes that did hit for me hit extremely hard, and I think that Oizi should be commended for that. And I did personally, again, like this video. It wasn't as good as the last rounds, but it was funny again. It was a little bit long, so that wasn't like not to my taste, but it was good. So now that I've talked about one YugiTuber that made it through that I like the most, I'm going to talk about the other YugiTuber that made it through that I like the most in last round. And that was TheRJBO, who happened to win last round. And they followed up with a video that was different. They sung, grammar guy here. First time I watched it, it didn't impress me, I'm going to be honest. And I do like TheRJBO. I'm in his Facebook group, and we've talked before. And that video, the first time watching it through, just wasn't that cool. It was to the Superman theme. He talked about some Bujin stuff. It was short, which for a song video seems a little bit like of a lack of effort. But then I watched it like to prepare myself for making this video, and I loved it, and I laughed. Especially Crane. That was so funny. The way that he just pointed out the feelings of every player that's ever played against Bujins in song. What better concept is there than singing about Yu-Gi-Oh? And I know that I sound like kind of corny, like laughing about it right now. This is supposed to be an analysis, and I'm just kind of, you know, raving about how cool I thought it was, but it was cool. It was an original idea. Nobody else sung for the camera, and I thought that even though it wasn't expected, and the first time it was a little bit like dry, like it wasn't that funny, in his intro he kind of seemed like a little bit hyper, which, you know, he's not on his personal channel. I think that he pulled off the song well. The next person that I'm going to talk about is another one of the competitors that I commended in the last round for their performance. Not necessarily one of my top 3 because Daniel was the 3rd one. He didn't make it to the next round. But P Bunny was another strong entry in last round. He was the last person for their video to go up last round, and he, edged it out at the end. He wasn't in the top 16 when I made my first round video, but I said that he might be able to make it through if you guys pushed him through, and you guys did. And thank God for you doing that, because this video was great. Again, I'm going to mention that him and OEZ have intros that I personally enjoy. I just thought I'd make that note again because they've done great with them. I'm not exactly sure what the little bunny is, but okay, that's not this video. That's every video. I'm not sure if he watches my videos also, because I know that I've talked to him before and I had a chance to duel him. Unfortunately, I couldn't because of some problems with my computer. He saw my last video, so I hope he sees this one too. He is a funny channel in general, and what I mean by that is that every video that he makes on his personal channel has like sort of an element of comedy to it, so that kind of supported him in this specific round. He did an explanation of the term salty, which is thrown around at Yu-Gi-Oh! A ton, using, I believe that's the Google Translate voice, like his own personal definition, I believe. And then he did a skit with his stuffed Charizard and Pikachu, showing how the term salty was coined, and they had a duel, and it was, I don't know, it was crazy, it was cool. But the fact that he had, the film and them sitting down and moving them, that shows the effort that I'm talking about with some of these other videos. That's what I'm going to title this video. I'm going to title it Effort, because this round, the difference between me liking it and this, and I know that I'm not, choosing who moves on, I know it's the viewers, but I think I consider myself an average viewer. I think that the basic premise of who we decided to push on was effort, and I think that the way that he used, especially in the first part with the stuffed toys, shows that he wished to put a lot of effort into this entry. Then after that, he did examples, some classics with JD, Triple JD for game, Reverse Burn, which if you guys subscribe to me, you know that that's a deck that I really like playing. He summon and then chain, gift card, gift card, gift card, bad reaction to Smochi, you win. The D Prison one was cool too. It was like Stardust Dragon, and then he MST'd like a D Prison, and he attacked, and then the other card was also a D Prison. And then this is so corny, but the part that I thought was the best was, like, he said after every little segment, salty, and then at the end there was like a punch in the face, and he said, this is dumb, he said assaulted. Get it? Assault. Good video, man. Now the next video that I'm going to talk about, that of the Hacks Factory, is the definition of the point of effort that I'm trying to make. He clearly spent tons and tons of time on this. Now, he, is a fan of Pokemon, as I am too. Ta-da. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are, but he flawlessly turned the Yu-Gi-Oh universe into a Pokemon style game, and he used a lot of parody elements, and he used a lot of references to popular Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon culture, such as calling it a children's card game, just like OEZ did. He referenced youngster Joey with shorts and the giant rat as opposed to the Rattata. He referenced Gen 3 and giving your numbers to the people that beat you in battles. The ending was great. It was missing no, it just messed up the game and finished the video. He talked about Yada Grasu in the first battle and how it's a million tiny pokes, sort of like how Yada can attack you once and you can't draw, so it just keeps attacking until it's game. He walked into the tall grass. There was a sign over there that was labeled tall grass. He named his rival douchebag, which is a reference to how when we were little we'd name our rivals, foul stuff. Reference to the song, if it doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That was, I'm not sure if that was a reference, maybe that was just his choice of advanced dialogue, but after he lost the one battle to Yada, he said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, I have to continue my journey. This was my favorite video, strictly because it seems like he put so much work into it, and I enjoyed it. Like, the music was really cool. That was another thing. I think my comment on that video was actually, the music is cool. I think that's pretty much what I said. It was cool music, and from what it seemed, he developed it on his by himself to try to mimic that of both the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh music. So this was definitely a top video of the competition so far. DualRock88 tried to pursue a different type of comedy video by doing a prank on his girlfriend, saying that he had to break up with her for Yu-Gi-Oh, and this video was not what I was expecting out of the comedy videos. I was expecting a lot of vines and like little like corny skits with badly recorded, software, just poor cameras and them just trying to make cuts, and it would be, a disaster, and some of the videos were kind of like that. But what he did is set up a camera on his bed and he was looking through his cards, and they were speaking German, I believe, and I don't understand German, but from what the comments said, that it was like legit, like they weren't just trying to trick us by knowing the majority of the audience of Underworld speaks English. So Durock88's video was really cool. It was out of the box. It was not what we were thinking when we expected to look at the videos that were going to be posted for this round. And prank videos are a really big part of YouTube, but not very much in YugiTube. I can't think of that many pranks. The closest thing I can think of is your Yugioh channel, just kind of like trolling people, saying he's going to steal their binder or whatever. Durock88 made a video in the first round that didn't impress me, and this round he definitely caught my eye with the originality that he pushed into the world of YugiTube. Team of Prophecy, like many of the entrants, did a Vine compilation, and at the end he did a long-form Hitler parody. I'm going to start off my discussion of him by going over the little section he did at the beginning, basically saying thanking Underworld and then saying like it. I don't think that at this point in the competition it is necessary for you to say like the video. Maybe that does give you an edge. It can remind the people that, you know, this competition is being judged off of the amount of likes that you get, but that's just kind of annoying to me. Like at the beginning of the video I'm expecting you to start your entry, and I see that you instead decided to tell me to like the video before I've even seen it. And I mean, thinking Underworld is a no-brainer. He's doing a great thing for our community, but to get to the actual Vines, they were pretty lackluster. I've seen the sort of topic that they were trying to get at before, so I'm not even going to talk about the specific ones. Like, it was just lots of people being mad at common things that Yu-Gi-Oh players think. It was just too like Vines that I've seen in the past for them to be considered like strong. They weren't different. They were exactly the same as things that I've seen before. And then the only thing that was supposed to be separate from other Vine videos was at the end he captioned that Hitler thing, and I can see why people were impressed with the Hitler captions, because he's taking what I suppose is a movie and he's, you know, turning a language that we can't hear into something that's Yu-Gi-Oh based, which is sort of a cool idea. But the only problem that I had with it is that I've seen people caption the Hitler thing to go over many topics before, like gun violence, you know, TV and how it's bad now. This was not one of the best videos, but I like his channel. I subscribe to him, and you should too. I know he's made other Vine videos on his channel, and those weren't really my favorite either. I guess he's just going to have to deal with the fact that some people didn't like it, and I'm one of them, but that doesn't mean that I don't like his channel. I do like his channel. We Are Yu-Gi-Oh did a video making fun of things that Yu-Gi-Oh players do, and it wasn't the best of the skit videos, but I was definitely laughing. He did some videos where he was shredding cards or waiting for cards to come in the mail, talking about backseat duelists and people like annoying you while you're dueling and trying to make suggestions. It was pretty straightforward. It was just skits about things that he thought were funny in Yu-Gi-Oh, and you either liked them or you didn't, and I liked them, and it was fine. There was nothing extremely special about it. It was a standard sort of comedy thing. It's what I expected when I heard that it was going to be a round of comedy videos, and it was good. Much like Swerve Nights and We Are Yu-Gi-Oh, TeangAnswersForDayz did a skit, or a group of skits, and the point of his was how to be a pro player. And pro players are a thing that a lot of us casual players often make fun of, because pro players exhibit some traits that are, you know, kind of odd, such as, you know, loving the rarity of cards, or, you know, being salty, and those are some things that in his video he made fun of really well. Somebody threw salt on him, and that is a thing that I've seen before, but the way that he did it still made me laugh, and that is a thing that he did that other people did not do. If they were going to use a joke that is like a parody or a cliche of something that we all already know in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, you have to do it well, which he did, because we've already seen it before. Pretty much every reference that is going to make us think, oh, haha, I get it, you know, like something that we've seen before, has already been done, and that's why we've seen it before. So if you are going to, you know, make that the basis of your video, like TeangAnswersForDayz did, you have to do it well. And I know that this was just like one little thing, was the salt, but that was the thing that made me laugh, and that was the thing that made my attitude from this video go from, you know, just average to positive. And at the end, when he said that he recorded all of it using just an iPod Touch, because, you know, normally his videos are all teched out because he is in film school, whoever's teaching him film is doing so well. You have to thank your teacher, because you could do that without all the expensive equipment. Because when I was looking at it, like, it had music in the background, which was kind of cool. A lot of people didn't do that. Looking at the video, the technical skill that he showed off was cool. And then at the end, he said he did it with an iPod, and that was just even better. The ending again with the sex appeal thing, that was kind of, you know, unexpected and funny how he just kept undressing more and more, and he gave him, that was good. Judge, I scoop, or whatever he said. Also the SpongeBob horn when they were doing his little scent wafting through the air. I'm pretty sure it was a SpongeBob horn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, that was a thing that I wasn't expecting him to connect to, SpongeBob, and he did it. The shuffling was cool. He was throwing cards. It was uncalled for, yet done well, and that was why I liked his video, because a lot of it was, you know, spontaneous, but he pulled off things that weren't spontaneous and that were like hit home with YugiTubers. He hit them well. He performed them well, and I believe that is part of the experience that he got in film school, is to, you know, be cinematic and make people like enjoy things even when they wouldn't be enjoyed because of the way that he chooses to show them off. So the Comic Magician also did a little skit comp, and unlike everybody else, they took inspiration from a source outside of the Yugi community. They took the expectation versus reality videos that Ryan Higa made and made it Yugioh. They compared the anime versus what happens in real life with Yugioh. The guy, he's young, and in terms of effort for being, you know, I'm not sure how old he is, but he's definitely younger than I am, and I'm 15. So, you know, for wanting to win that much and for putting that much effort into, you know, editing the video together and taking the same sound bites that Ryan uses in his videos, it was a good video, and it was another one of my favorite videos for this week. The only problem that I had was that he had a little disclaimer at the beginning, which I talked about before, saying that it was from Ryan and that he should like it. Well, I think that he should have put that at the end, but then again, he did have a sort of like ending little bit there where it seemed like he was going to end like the video, but then he was talking about the packs that you can win from the next great YouTuber competition, like commenting, and he used that to transition into his skit, not wanting cards because they're burying cards to not wanting cards because they're not first ed. Now, I'm not a fan of the Zexal series or Zale series of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I didn't get to watch that, but I understood it no matter what. Like, a lot of them I didn't understand exactly what he was doing, and I only enjoyed the reality parts, but like for that one, I understood, you know, burying cards. Burying is apparently like a bad guy in that series, and that was my favorite one because he transitioned into it well, and then he executed. The die roll thing was funny, how they just kept rolling the same thing so they couldn't decide who goes first. The fact that he still had games 2 and 3 was pretty cool, comparing that to, you know, losing in the anime, which is pretty devastating. The comparing of the stakes in the actual show to what you just have to do at Enter Locals is, you know, pay $5 and, you know, an Astro Pack or whatever. I think the reason he chose the Zexal anime was because it's probably what he grew up with, and that's probably the series that got him into Yu-Gi-Oh, which is completely fine, but that was kind of a problem for a lot of the viewers because a lot of us haven't seen that, like me, and they don't like Yuma's voice, which the first time that I saw was a Yuma clip. Yuma's voice is so annoying no matter what medium you're listening to it on. Yuma's voice is never a good choice, but the realities, the die roll and everything that wasn't Yuma was the part that made me love this video. Like, this was one of my favorite videos. The Comic Magician, great video, and I'm definitely going to be looking at your channel to see if the rest of the content you make is like this. It was a really cool thing that you took off of Ryan and did it well, changing it to Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was just, you just did it well. And for being so, I'm not sure how old you are, but I know that Underworld said you were the youngest person in the competition, but that just impresses me even more because you made a video that was much more high quality than anything that I've produced on my channel, and it was impressive. And I keep saying that because that's the best thing to describe his video, was impressive, unexpected, and, again, impressive. We've got 3 videos left. Like I said, I'm trying not to do these in any order, but the next video was another skit. It was another comedy skit from Kaiba Journey 1, who was going with his channel's Kaiba theme, which I like. I like the Kaiba theme. I like the fact that the videos that he's been making is supposed to be like hitting home to the people who watch the original series. His channel's name is Kaiba Journey 1, so I mean, obviously he likes Kaiba, and the connection that he has with the character is pretty cool. He combined, you know, the Kaiba Mokuba elements with like dirty humor, which I thought was a plus. I thought that it was a good parody of the whole selling your soul to the devil to get what you want theme. I think that is a thing that Kaiba would do in the show. So the first thing, there were three things that he had to do. He had to show his boobs, which I thought the way that he handled that was really cool. They had like really extremely obviously photoshopped, you know, boobs in a swimsuit, and that was funny to me. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm immature, but like I said, I like the dirty humor. And then he had to suck a dick. The voice that Satan had was really cool in the way that he said, suck a dick. The best part of the entire video was like the cards just coming out at his face and him going, ah. I watched videos at 1.5 speed, and as you can see in the description of all of my videos, I suggest that you guys do too, because it kind of helps with pacing issues. And when I watched that video without the 1.5 speed boost, I could tell that there were some pacing issues with it, so it might not have been a video that some of you watched the entire way through. But if you watch it on 1.5 speed like I do, I know that's kind of like cheating. The pacing issues are completely fixed. But like I said, the cards were awesome. The boob like Photoshop thing was awesome. The chance thing at the end, like the chance to get it, like I don't think that really hit as funny to me. But why does it say Satan? Like everything with like the Satan elements, like everything connecting it to selling your soul to the devil was done well for me. And I love the Kaiba theme, and I liked this video. YGOProggy, who was a top scorer in the first round, did a Vine comp like a lot of other people did. And it wasn't really humor that I connected with. I understood every joke. Like there wasn't anything that I just really didn't get, besides the fact that he had something in his mouth, like he was eating something. I didn't exactly understand what the connection to that was. But the best part was the keyboard breaking, and not even because of what he was connecting it to, just because it was funny to see a guy get mad at his computer and break the keyboard. But the turn down for what little thing at the beginning didn't really make sense. I think this was one of the weaker videos. Vines weren't unoriginal like some of the other people's were. Like they weren't just pretty much carbon copies of what I've seen in the past. The only one that was really a copy was the Asian Eyes did like the pendulum summoning and just drop your entire hand thing. I've never seen Vines like that before. They just weren't really funny, and that's the problem with having a comedy round, is that the people that don't have a sense of humor that's, you know, really exuberant won't do well simply because that's not their style. Every YugiTuber is expected to do, you know, duels, deck profiles, discussions, the 3 Ds. We need 2 more and we can have you say. That was a bad joke. But see what I mean? Like, if you don't connect with my humor, jokes that I make like that one aren't going to work, so I can't be a comedy channel. Because I have, you know, a sense of humor that a lot of people don't share. He definitely put effort into that. It's just that he's not that kind of YugiTuber. He does, you know, more the industry and buying and selling cards and analyzing things, and that really wasn't his strong suit. And unfortunately, to be the next great YugiTuber, you have to be sort of a renaissance man in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh and the videos that you make involving Yu-Gi-Oh, and he did not meet that. So YGOProggy didn't make a bad video necessarily, he just made a video that wasn't for him. The last video that I'm going to talk about, and the last video that was actually posted on Underworld's channel, is the video that TCG Gaming 64 made. And the biggest thing that I noticed from this video was that he showed his face. I'm not really sure if he does that on his channel because I do subscribe to him. And this video, like the pack opening video that YuGiOhPlanet did, and sort of like YGOProggy's video, comedy wasn't their thing. Like, that's not their strong suit. He doesn't do comedy videos, he does duel videos and commentary of them, so I personally didn't find it really funny at all. He said at the beginning there were going to be bad jokes, and he said at the end that this isn't what he does on his channel, and if you want to subscribe to him, you're not going to be seeing videos like that, and that was the truth. If you go to his channel, the videos on it are not comedy, as I said, they are duels, and any jokes that he makes will be like he said in his video, on the fly. So this is another video that I feel kind of uncomfortable judging, because like YuGiOhPlanet's video, he knew going into this round of the competition that comedy was not his part, and he pretty much admitted defeat when making the video, which I respect him for that. And unlike YuGiOhPlanet, he made it a point to say that he knew this video was not going to be good. And I don't think he didn't try. I mean, he got a whole bunch of, you know, bad jokes. I gotta stop doing the air quotes thing. That is annoying even me. But he said that he was going to be making bad jokes at the beginning, and he made some bad jokes after that. They didn't make me laugh that hard. I don't know. He edited them so it was on the screen, so I'm not going to say he didn't put any effort at all into it. He put more effort into it than YuGiOhPlanet, so I definitely respect him for, even though he knew that his video was going to be bad, at least trying. So I guess now I can get to the list of the people that entered the competition and made it to this round and what order they got put in for going into the next round. So I'll get to my phone out and get the list on, and I'll talk about how many likes they got and what video they made and what their name is and what place they got now. So before I get into the spoiler segment of the video and read off the names of the people that made it and did not, I'd just like to quickly state afterwards that I don't mean to offend anybody with these sort of things. Like, I don't mean to put any channel down. I do mean to criticize. It's the point of the video. But my intentions are to just share my thoughts on the competition because I like it. and every channel that made it to the second round did more than I could, because I couldn't even make it into the top 32. So I definitely commend and congratulate everybody who made it this far, and even if I didn't like your second round video, you should still definitely YugiTube. There's no question about that. So like I said in the last video, I'm going to cheat. I have the list on my phone. I can't memorize them. I'm just going to go through the likes and what the person's channel name is and what the video was about. So in 16th with 80 likes, TC Gaming 64 did their bad joke video. 89 likes, YuGiohPlanet did the pack opening video. 98 likes, Pointy Star did parodies of the other YugiTubers. 140 likes, Kaiba Jeremy 1 did their Kaiba skit selling their soul to the devil. The Hacks Factory did a video on their Yugimon, which got 170 likes. There were 200 likes for the Alchemic Magician, which did Anime vs. Reality. Sword of Knights did his Yu-Gi-Oh! In New York skits, which got 223 likes. YGOProggy did a Vine compilation, 227 likes. TeangAnswersForDayz was in 8th, and they talked about being a pro player. They got 246 likes. So everybody from TeangAnswersForDayz up made it to the next round. We Are Yu-Gi-Oh! Did their Yu-Gi-Oh! Skits and got 312 likes. Team of Prophecy did a Vine comp, 322 likes. P-Bunny did their video talking about salt and what it means, and they got 326 likes. Ryan Nisker did a video of him doing absolutely nothing and got 335 likes. Cimooooogoo did a video about Noble Knight's reactions to the ban list and got 336 likes. Dorrock88 did a pranking their girlfriend video and got 424 likes. And in first for the second round in a row, TheRJBO 0 with their song about Boojins got 475 likes. I'm going to be linking the channels of the people that made the videos that I enjoyed the most in the description, and I'm going to be doing a top 3 again. Just like last time, I'm not going to put them in an order, but P-Bunny with his Salt video is definitely one of my favorites, so I'm going to be linking his channel in the description. The Anime vs. Reality video that the Alchemic Magician did, even though he didn't make it into the next round, I loved it, so I'll be linking his channel in the description. And finally, the Hacks Factory's video on what they called Yugimon, which was the combination of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon in like a video game style, Pokemon game style. Their video was great, and it had the most effort of any of the videos. And again, even though they're not making it into the next round, that was one of my top 3, and I will definitely be linking their channel in the description for you guys to go check out and subscribe to. So thank you for watching, all my viewers. If you had different favorite videos than I did, definitely tell me what they were in the comment section below and get a discussion going. I'm sure I made a point in this video that you disagreed with. And as for my channel, definitely subscribe if you want to see more from me. I do discussions and duels and, pack openings, the lot, everything that every other YugiTuber does. If you are interested in me, definitely click the subscribe button below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and favorite it if you liked it that much. And I will see you later, YouTube, and I will see you in about 2 weeks with a round 3 top 8 discussion video.